Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Disco Elysium, where we're currently questioning all the lorry drivers about the potential drug smuggling business, and this guy might be another lorry driver, but before I talk to him, I think I haven't interacted with that box yet, so let's have a look at that as well.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra serious.
Okay.
I can see you with taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
So I guess this is something he wants to sell me as well. Inspect the sneakers, inspect the speakers. Let's have a look at the sneakers first.
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper and a silver-lined midsole.
Alright, so we had like general clothing here and glasses and so on here, and now we have shoes. I see.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super rare, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
50 real? Yeah, I don't have that kind of money.
Only? That's madness.
I agree, Rhetoric.
Fun ultra. We're the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine?
I mean, the stats are decent, I suppose. And I can afford like -1 encyclopedia, probably. But still, can't afford them. So let's inspect the speakers instead.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, "Solidarity aid from the People's Republic of Samara." The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities.
So why were the speakers solidarity aid? That's a weird kind of solidarity aid, to be honest, but okay.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
Right. But I already looked at the sneakers. What about the speakers, though? Doesn't anyone want those speakers? Yeah, what about the speakers?
These, officer? These speakers are Samaran garbage. I'm ashamed to even use them for props. Don't waste your time on them.
I'm actually kind of surprised that you're not trying to sell me the speakers. I mean, just talk them up a little bit and price them as some kind of rare antiquity, and you might be able to sell them.
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat.
Yeah, I think we already established that they're from the Samaran People's Republic. Can't I just buy the said conquered Samaran speakers? I'm not sure why I would want to, but let's see if I can buy them, and for how much.
No way, officer! These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
But I need some speakers. I'm pretty sure I don't. At least I couldn't imagine a reason why I would need them. That's why I want them. I think I might be low-fi socialist junk myself. Yeah, you might be. You're right, I don't have time for junk. I lead a luxury life. That's a lie. So, yeah, I might be lo-fi socialist junk myself.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know what I am. I don't even know what I am, Pause. I want the speakers. Wait, what if I do deserve more than a lo-fi socialist sound system? Well, I probably couldn't afford it. So, yeah, I guess I do want the speakers for some weird reason.
Well, if you want them...
He pauses for a moment, calculating.
But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground.
I mean, you have other boxes around here, like this one or this one.
If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Okay, so I can buy both of them, but not the speakers alone. Okay.
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
Which I still can't afford. And I'm not entirely convinced I actually need the speakers, so never mind. Okay, now that we looked at all of his merchandise, I guess we will actually properly talk to him finally.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin.
Oh, so he's from Samara as well. Okay, so I guess that's why he has those speakers.
The name Siileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Right, that's the person the one guy mentioned, the racist truck driver, right? So I guess he is also like a lorry driver.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer,
Yes?
you're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
He makes both hands into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air.
You feel a twitch in your index fingers. There's a finger shootout brewing.
Whip him out. No, it's a safety hazard. I mean, if it's only finger guns, and Harry doesn't have a real gun, so I'm pretty sure it's safe. Nah.
Don't
Nice.
shoot, officer! Have we got an arrest here or just a shakedown?
A shakedown and arrest. I don't know. I may have to arrest you if you're actually smuggling drugs.
Of course, I'll come quietly. But perhaps I could convince you to arrest some of my wares, officer. With your money, maybe?
Okay, so I can ask him for money. Persuade him to give you some money. I mean, I feel kind of bad asking him for money because I don't think that he has a lot of it. But, you know, I kind of need it. Gotta make a living somehow, so let's try this.
Start with a little
Yes.
compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Right. Hey, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force?
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
Well, think of it as an investment.
An investment? What kind of investment?
It's an investment in me, a highly experimental human being. My risk-reward ratio is insane. I'm a policeman. It's an investment in the good relations with the RCM. It's an investment in your customer base. Gotta prime that pump, man. I'm going to scam the poor guy out of some money. Yep, it's an investment in your customer base. Potential customer base, that is. So far, I haven't actually bought anything.
Fair point. You can't have a successful business without a loyal customer base. How much is your loyalty worth?
5 real, 10 real, 1 million real. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have that amount of money. So let's go for like a nice middle option here. 10 real?
10 real is a bargain for that kind of investment. You got it, my man.
I mean, it's kind of hard to determine what exactly the values here are, but I think it seems that if you just, convert this into like dollars or euros, you get like an approximate amount of, value for these real. So 10 real would be like him giving me 10 euros or $10 or something like that. Where are you from, Siileng? So, Siileng, what's your stance on drugs? Why are your, investigation questions always so unsubtle? But yeah, maybe let's start with some other questions. Where are you from? I mean, he's from Samara apparently, but maybe he can give us more information on this.
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
Alright, fair enough.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
Alright, so there's different suzerainities in the Samaran Isola, so it's not just like one country apparently. You're from the Apricot Suzerainty, right? But you're not a local, aren't you? Better not to mention. Sounds good. Let's go back to business then. Yeah, I guess you're from the Apricot Suzerainty?
Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Oh, now you're telling me this? Why not tell me this before I picked that option? Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say that you're from, pronounce it very painstakingly, Seaguy. Don't let him answer. Yeah, I guess I'm going to correct myself.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left.
Okay. Right, but isn't it only a shithole because of Revachol? You're welcome. I do try to be supportive of other peoples and cultures. I don't know why I'm talking about this. It's some kind of mind reaction. Point to your head. It sort of is, yes. I'm reacting to the different voices in my mind. But yeah, I guess I do try to be supportive of other peoples and cultures, of course.
That's so cool, officer. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur by buying some pens and glasses?
I mean, this guy seems very eager to please, right? I feel that he's just always agreeing with Harry regardless of what he's going to say. Because, you know, he wants to make business and the customer's always right. So, even if Harry would be, like, very insulting, he would still, you know, put on, like, a polite face. Okay, let's talk about some drugs here.
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives.
For a moment, he's unsure how to respond. This might be a clue.
Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Tasty, tasty drugs.
Yeah, like I said, I think he's just very eager to please and he's just going to agree to everything what we're going to say. So that is going to make it kind of difficult to get some useful information out of him. I'm super into drugs. I actually don't like drugs. We're looking for a lorry driver who is transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in this traffic jam. I mean, clearly he is into drugs, at least he was in the past. I haven't taken any so far because I haven't found anyone, any drugs, unless you want to count the magnesium as a drug. Also, if I play this angle, then maybe he will open up about the smuggling because he thinks it's fine. Let's try it.
That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale, or at my home, or on my person.
Okay, so even if he was involved in this, he's smart enough not to implicate himself just to please me. And I mean, we're technically not accusing anyone here of selling or transporting drugs, just ingredients for drugs, so technically that is different.
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or under the speakers.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to be in plain sight. So, there's that. So yeah, we're looking for a lorry driver who is transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in this traffic jam, presumably.
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
Really? Because I heard on, well, maybe not good authority, that you are a lorry driver. You know, the racist lorry driver mentioned you. So, who's right about this?
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
Yeah, I mean, he does seem to be a good liar. But you are a lorryman. Another driver has identified you and your lorry, right? And you're sitting right next to one, so... I am inclined to believe the racist in this case.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
But how does he even know you?
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
I mean, he didn't really, but I guess the implication is here that, you know, I work harder than he does and I work like in the same business. It's not really an admission, but, you know, it's kind of pointing in that direction.
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole.
He stops to think.
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little.
A little.
But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
He spreads his arms. So you forgot to tell me, so you were embarrassed to tell me. Stop squirming, or what do you know about the drug operation in the harbor? Siileng, my source tells me you're the one transporting drugs for the Union. Yeah, are you embarrassed of being a lorry driver?
No, I just forgot. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
Yeah, I don't believe you. I heard that you might be the one transporting the drugs here.
No! That's insane! It's the fat hater. He's been eyeing me for a week and he sent you here. Maybe he's the one, huh? Have you thought about that?
I have thought about it, and I haven't ruled it out so far. But yeah, do you know anything about the drug operation, or do you just have, you know, suspicions about the racist?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
Okay.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd? You know, the drug crowd?
The drug crowd?
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
I mean, I'm glad that Kim picked up on that, because I didn't. It wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are? Tell me now. You're wasting my time. Tell me who the fuck is transporting the drugs here. Okay, if you don't know, then I'll tell your employer you've been selling his stuff. Oh, you think the stuff that he's selling is the wares he's supposed to transport? Or are we just going to lie to his employer? But yeah, you probably didn't mean like some drug crowd.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Alright, I can respect that, I guess, and I don't want to get you in any mess, but I need some information here.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
Okay. If you don't want to get into this mess, raise your voice. You have to give us a reason to move on. We are buddies, Siileng. Help us out. No one will know it was you. Okay, so I can decide between, like, good cop and bad cop here. I don't know, let's try the good cop option first.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Okay, I mean, we did talk to a female driver before, and again, I had some suspicions about her because she doesn't care what she's transporting, so it could very well be drugs. Who are these other drivers who talk? Is the lady driver the old woman back there? Point to the pale driver. Dazed out, strange. Okay, we're cool now. Yeah, is that the lady driver in question?
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
Okay.
He's not ruling her out.
Yeah, but he's also not saying it's her. So who are these other drivers who talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
Well, I mean, he gave us some information, and I'm not sure if I will get any more out of him.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
He points north.
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
Okay, I think this is all I will get out of him, but I might be able to talk to the other drivers again now that I have this new information. So, yep, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
I guess I'll look around. I mean, I have enough money now. I have enough money for my room today, and I have some spare money. So I guess I could buy something. The problem is...
Shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
I failed like the skill check in both occasions when I browsed the wares, and I feel if I can redo the skill check, I might be able to find stuff that's actually better than the stuff he's currently selling. So maybe I shouldn't spend my money on this just yet. I mean, this one wouldn't be terrible. I mean, it doesn't have any downsides, for example. But again, if I can, pass a skill check, I'm guessing I would be able to find some other stuff that is more appropriate or has better stats. So, never mind. I might come back later. But yeah, let's see what else we can find around here. Maybe more people to talk to. Hot air rises up from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. It's strange indeed. And there's more tear. Guess I'll take it. Right, this seems to be a dead end. Been here before. Oh, what is that? Fingerless gloves, electrochemistry. I don't think that this is a skill I really want to increase. Yeah, I prefer interfacing over electrochemistry, to be honest, so I'll leave it like that. Gasoline-stained fingerless gloves in navy blue. They've been worn threadbare, but being made of wool still provides some warmth and comfort. Okay. Yeah, this quest updated. Find out who's the lady driver and where's her lorry. And I got a new thought. Temporary research bonus. -2 savoir-faire. Snapping doesn't help. Research time 1 hour. You were promised a gun, that much is certain. This is why you became a cop. Yet here you are, loitering around with idle hands like some sorry-ass loser from the street. Suddenly you're supposed to be solving cases by, what, like talking to people? How are you going to believe that you can protect yourself and them from savages without a firearm? This ain't right. You need to think around this problem, and you need to snap your fingers at people as you do. I mean, the problem is that it never really tells you what benefits it will give you once you're done internalizing it. So I have always a choice between using a skill point into, something I actually know. I pick a skill and I increase it, and doing this, which is kind of like, a lottery. You don't really know what you get in the end, and it still costs a skill point because you have to buy a new slot. But I mean, at some point I probably should start internalizing another thought. Also, since it takes a certain amount of time, I'm guessing I could do this overnight, maybe? So if I start internalizing right before I go to bed, then I wake up and the time has passed. I mean, usually time only passes if you are having conversations, but also when you sleep. So I wonder if the time when you sleep also counts towards the internalization process. Because then the temporary bonus, which is usually like decreasing some skill, won't affect me that much. Anyway, can we see what's going on over here, for example? Oh, I'll take that. Roy's pawn shop. Fast cash for faster times. Oh, this is the pawn shop. Well, maybe we can pawn some stuff. Ooh, look at this place. Lots of things to look at. Can I interact with this, please? Some kind of machine, an antique cash register. Oh. A bust of a woman. The plug simply says day. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Alright. Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashion thrown in. Okay, now there's a few things we can interact with.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hjelmdal burning.
Oh, the famous man from Hjelmdal. Sniff at the t-shirt. Okay, sure.
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there.
Great.
Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
Photon emissions? Okay, I'm not going to leave my photon emissions anywhere around here, Roy. That's a red man from Hjelmdal t-shirt you've got here. How much are you selling this t-shirt for? Yeah, that's pretty red.
Hell yeah, man. I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one was just pure exemplar.
The shopkeep sounds enthusiastic. He didn't, really. You must be a serious Man from Hjelmdal fan. We have a lot in common. I'm a big fan of the Man from Hjelmdal too. I haven't really made up my mind about this yet, but I guess you're a fan?
A fan? No, I wouldn't go that far. But I do think the Hjelmdalaman saga is an integral part of our shared reality.
Well, I guess I can't argue with that.
Most people don't think that the man from Hjelmdal really existed, but they're wrong.
I kinda doubt that. What did you mean the man from Hjelmdal was real? How much are you selling this t-shirt for? Yeah, what do you mean he was real?
I mean, even if the man from Hjelmdal didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
I mean, yes, he exists as a story, but not as a real person.
Okay.
He sounds incredulous.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect.
Alright, in that case, apparently I lack that understanding of cause and effect.
Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjelmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
Right, but that doesn't mean that the man from Hjelmdal is real.
It's for the best, because Hjelmdal is not a real place, and thus he could not have gone there.
Alright, good point.
His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting.
Unusual neural activity. Okay, so how much does this t-shirt cost?
2 real.
Alright, I mean, that's not too bad.
That's dirt cheap.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows. Couldn't you just give it to me for free then? I mean, doesn't hurt to ask.
But why?
Because I'm a broke cop without a cent to my name. Perhaps I could repay you in some other way. I guess I can't really think of any good reason. I don't know, maybe I could repay you in some other way.
I deal in goods, not services.
Alright. Physical instrument, shivers. -2 authority. And I'm not that good in authority to begin with, so again, I don't think I want this, to be honest, so never mind. Alright, what else do we got here?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
A street light? Let your gaze run over the street light. Is that a street light? Where did you get this? How much for the street light? There's nothing else you need to know about the light. Okay, let's look at it first.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Okay, so it's a street light, alright?
This would make quite a statement in your living room.
I think I don't have a living room. I mean, I have an address, but I don't live there anymore, and I'm not sure if I have, like, a new address. So at the moment I only have that room in the whirling in rags. So, is that a streetlight?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Okay.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
Which probably means that he does have something to hide. So, where did you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear him.
You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
You think so? Do you want to have the streetlight, Kim, maybe? So, are you selling it, and how much would it cost?
700 real.
Oh.
A bargain, I dare say.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Are you out of your mind? There's one just like that on every corner. Even taking into account the risk of obtaining the light, that seems a bit steep. 700 sounds about right. I imagine it was an easy sawing off that street lamp. Yeah, that seems a little bit high.
There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Okay, I have no idea what you're trying to tell me here. I can actually buy the streetlight, but I would have to find a lot more street tear for that, so never mind. Alright, yeah, let's maybe look at all the items before we actually talk to him.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Alright, toy soldiers. Inspect the knights on horseback. Inspect the blue uniforms. Inspect the figurines in racks. Dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. Yeah, sure, let's try this.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Okay, what is this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
And, who would that be?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
He points at the decapitated figurine. What an odd urban legend.
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Okay.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head.
I mean, this is kinda intriguing, but I'm not sure what this is going to be good for. Then again, it is so cheap and I have some money now. Let's buy the Headless Fallen Rider and his cap.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
I guess we will find out about that. Now, let's have a look at the knights on horseback.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
I guess this is the famous Franco-Nigerian cavalry, huh? We've heard about those before.
I used to be very serious about my Franco-Nigerian knight.
He looks at the dusty figurines in the dim light. So you had these toys as well? Now let's have a look at the blue uniforms.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
So are these royalist soldiers?
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
Of course. And what about the figurines in rags?
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
So are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers.
Okay, and they don't have, like, the shiny outfits and great equipment like the royalists.
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
I see. So you're saying this set of toys is kind of royalist propaganda? It's meant to give people hope. Even we can do it. Do what? Like start a revolution and overthrow the royalists, or become the royalists? A little bit vague. The contrast is meant to be disheartening, as it ought to be. Yeah, it's probably supposed to be disheartening. It's impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend God, whose bitch it made me. Yeah, I mean, that is actually sadly very true. I mean, I'm begging for money. I'm, even trying to scam the street vendor for some money by making vague promises because I need to pay my rent. I wish I was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment. Yeah, I mean, this is actually pretty true in this situation. It's probably going to give me, like, another communist point, right? I mean, sometimes the different options are clearly aligned with some of these, political factions that we have in our profile.
Okay. I don't like either set too much, to be honest.
Alright, I guess that's all we can do here. Now let's see if there's anything else to inspect around here.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well travelled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved.
Okay.
Just make sure it works before you buy it.
I'm not sure if I can afford it. Shopkeep, this stereo-approved machine here. What I really want to know, could this device come handy in my police work? I'm not sure how. Are you sure this is all in working order? Yeah, let's talk about that machine.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there.
Okay.
It'll set you back 12 real.
Which I guess is not terrible, but I want to stay over 20 real to be able to pay my room. Also, if it's like a reel-to-reel machine, then I guess I'm going to need a tape for it. And I don't have a tape. I still need a tape to sing karaoke, so I'm not sure if this boombox would actually be of any use. So could this device come in handy in my police work somehow?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
I mean, you know, as like a certified superstar cop, I probably need this. But like I said, I also need a tape, which I don't have. So maybe I shouldn't like ride the horse before I saddle it, or whatever the saying is. Yeah, are you sure this is in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
I mean, the interesting question is still, do you have any tapes maybe for sale? As far as I can tell, that's all I can interact with. So the only thing left to do is to actually talk to him personally. Okay, well, I guess we will do this in the next episode. We will talk to the storekeep here, and maybe I'm actually able to sell him some stuff. I picked up a bunch of trash, I guess, so maybe I can actually make some money here. But for now, let's call it a day. As always, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.